If you had $50 to spend at your local game store, how would you spend it? I think the answer varies differently from person to person, but recently I was at my local game store and I noticed the difference in prices between different boosters, so I decided to put my $50 to the test, grabbing $50 worth of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty and $50 worth of Commander Masters. And we're going to open these two sets and see which one provides the most value.
Alright, here we are. Let us put our $50 to the test. We got $50 worth of Kamigawa Neon Dynasty and $50 worth of Command Masters. Let's do Kamigawa first. I figured it's got more packs. It's also our cheaper of the two packs, so I figured we can knock this one out first. So yeah, let us get cracking. What are we looking for? So the biggest moneymaker in Kamigawa are going to be the legendary lands. So that is your Otawara, your Boseiju, things like that. I actually don't know. Is this our L? This is the land. Okay. So I think these are in a spot where we can just go ahead and open them. Pretty sure. Oh no. Okay, so I think. Let's see. I don't know if there's any card trick, but we'll just open this first pack, kind of just straight up. One thing I do obviously like about the Kamigawa Neon Dynasty set is obviously these anime arts that are really, really cool. I love all of those. So, alright, we're in a good spot. We got all our commons in the front. Uncommons, Technician, Kiba Reckoner Raid. Very, very cool card there. Ooh, Weaver of Harmony. I think this card actually isn't too bad in terms of price-wise. It can triggered abilities of enchantments go twice, so that's pretty good. Ooh, very nice. We got a test card. A card in the list, very back there. But yeah, hopefully we're looking for some good stuff. Actually, let's do this. I'll just kind of put the extra cards over here, but we are hoping for something good here. I think, like I said, I think the biggest hit are the legendary lands from Neon Dynasty, so we're gonna hope for some of those, but we will see. Prosperous Thief. Another cool thing about opening up Kamigawa is obviously we are returning to Kamigawa very, very soon. So hopefully we'll get some really cool return cards once we go back to Kamigawa. Inventive Iteration. There you go. Azusa's Mini Journeys. Little token there. But yeah, hoping to see some cool. Let me flip this over actually. Give you guys a look what the back looks like. Hoping the Return to Kamigawa does some of the stuff just as well as the first Kamigawa set does. Especially, I hope that they come back with these Japanese arts. I have a feeling they will be, but, you know, can always hope. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of these cards are only a few cents worth. I haven't seen anything particularly too big. Ooh, Farewell. Okay, speaking of big, that is a big card. Bloodsplit 4. And, oh, the Human Monk token. Oh, right. Last pack of Kamigawa. Still don't think I've broken close to $50 here. Farewell, I think probably at this point in time is maybe only like $5 or less. I feel like it's been reprinted quite a bit, so. Ooh, very nice anime art there. Here we go, last pack. Let's see if we can finally get something worth the price. Ronin. Alright, here we go. Scrap Wielder. Okay. Not bad. One of the few artifacts like Goblin Welder that can switch out artifacts in the graveyard. Very, very good. And, ooh, Selesnya Keyrune. 2 cards on the list for me for Kamigawa. Okay. There is all of our Kamigawa packs, so nothing too exciting. Obviously, you'll see kind of the total. I'll keep the total of each pack up on the screen, but I will move these to the side and let us crack open some Command Masters. So, Command Masters is obviously a very expensive set because there are so many playables in here. I think the most expensives are going to be our free spells. So we're looking at Fierce Guardianship and Deflecting SWAT. But I'm sure there are a lot of other cards that are pretty expensive Command Master. So let's crack this open and see what we get. Alright, let's see. I think Command Masters, we can just do this straight up because these are draft packs. I think the rare will be in the back always, so. Oh no, never mind. Here it is. Savage Beating. I already flipped it, so that's okay. We will take a look at this one, and then we can fix it for the next ones. Until choose classy spell during combat and only during combat. Creatures you control gain double strike. Untap all creatures you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase, and then you can entwine it. Very nice. Sublime Exhilaration. Little destroy all creatures with Undaunted. I think this is in the cycle of Undaunted. I think there's only like so many Undaunted spells. Yisan, the Wandering Bard. Hazma. Alright, so these are going to be our kind of just normal cards. Oh, okay. Ashnod's Altar. That's playable. Reliquary Tower. Good card. Honestly, that Ashnod's Altar might just, might be the most expensive card in this pack. From the ones that I know, at least. All That Glitters is also very good. Though All That Glitters is just a little bit of a common there. Alright. There we go. Second Command Masters. Alright, last pack. I'm gonna set this one up properly this time. But this will be the last one that we open today. And then we can do our comparison. Token, get out of the way. Oh, very nice. Full art. All That Glitters. Although we did see an All That Glitters before. Ghostly Flicker is a good card. I chose these two sets. Some of the reasons why I chose these two sets in particular is obviously, like, I think their price points are about, we're pretty easy to make $50 worth. But also because I think we'll be seeing a lot of sets like this in the future. So, obviously with the Mystery Booster Commander, we're going to see a lot of stuff like Command Masters. And then with the new Kamigawa set, we're going to see a new Kamigawa stuff. So that's kind of why I wanted to choose these two sets in particular to open. That is a beautiful Path to Exile. I didn't even know this Path to Exile art existed. That's so cool. Alright. Akiri. And we're going to get to our rares here. Very nice Hanaship Navigator. Fiery Confluence. And, ooh, Sapphire Medallion. That's another... oh, Wrath of God. Nice. Very, very good playables. Okay. Alright, let me move around our rares a little here. Okay. There we go. Alright, so doing a little bit of like a kind of comparison to comparison. I think Command Masters, without looking at all the cards, I think Command Masters very easily wins out here. Even these two draft packs were just like so good in terms of value. But like I said, I'll have the two price amounts listed here, hopefully where my hands are, so that way we can have a really good comparison, and I will be back with my analysis at the very end. Okay, I wanted to record a little bit of a debrief here, just to talk about the experiment, if you can call it that. I guess it was less of an experiment and more just me finding an excuse to open packs. But really what I wanted to do was just say, obviously I'm not trying to offer any financial advice, nor do I advise anyone, you know, to spend money on a sealed product. It's always a gamble. I just always do it for fun. But if you really want Magic products, go buy singles, go buy the cards you want. Don't open packs for them. This was just for the fun of the game, and just to do it because I can, as well as getting a recording video out of it. Now, with that said, obviously, I wanted to talk about kind of some stuff that I noticed from opening these packs. I think the biggest thing is obviously the giant discrepancy between Commander Masters and Kamigawa. I think if I were to do an experiment like this again, I would love to do it probably with maybe some sets that are a little bit closer aligned. Kamigawa was interesting to open because they were like almost $12 a pack. I think they were about like $12 a pack. And the biggest hits from that set are like the 2 legendary lands, Boseiju and Odawara, which both I think are above $30 at this point in time. But like nothing else in that set really holds that price tag. I think the black legendary land, Takanuma, is that the name of it? I should know this, I'm a Orzhov player. But the black legendary land I think has like $17 or so, but nothing else in that set really has the same price as those 2 lands. So when you're opening them, you're really just hoping to hit those 2 lands. Obviously you can see I didn't do that. I still think I got some pretty nice cards. I mean, Farewell obviously is a really great card. But it just, nothing there holds the price that those 2 lands do. On the opposite hand, Commander Masters has a bunch of cards that are $10 or more. I didn't even pull any of the big hits, right? Like I didn't get any of the free spells, none of the, other cards that you can get, like the really cool alt arts. I'm trying to think of like some of the other cards, but like the cards that I did end up pulling that were above $10 are not only playable, but the fact that there's so many of them, you can hit them pretty easily. So obviously I have here Sapphire Medallion and Ashnod's and my cat as well. You want to say hi? But regardless, like the fact that Commander Masters is so full of playables that are above $10 makes it kind of like an interesting comparison when you're trying to open packs for it, because you can like very easily get your monies back because there's just so many cards in the pool of cards that you can get that are that price range. So yeah, ultimately, do I think one won over the other? Yes, I think Commander Masters very obviously won. But do I think the test was a little flawed? Also 100%. I wish I could have compared, probably should have compared some closer sets or sets that are more, like competitive with each other. Like I think it'd be fun to do like Mystery Booster versus Commander Masters, or something like that, where both sets have a lot of hits that you can get that are of that range. But yeah, there you go. That is my little debrief. Like I said, not financial advice. Don't go buying a bunch of packs just to hope to get something really good. It is an action of futility, I guess, for lack of a better word. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube things, and I will catch you in the next video.